Okay, I believe we get started so that we spend less time. I want to be strictly here for only 1 hour for personal reasons. I will want to go an extra mile. So, because of that, let me open up the session right away. So, I welcome everybody on the call today. I believe that you all had a perfect weekend. You had a super fantastic week, depending from wherever you're joining us from. My voice is a little bit down, but I'll be okay. Nothing to worry. So I want to go to the topic for today. All right. Technically, 11 a.m. I'm done with the session. If I don't finish according to expectation, I'll be very sorry because also basically I'm supposed to go an extra mile, but today I'll keep it to 1 hour. The market is a little bit bloody or red, or the market is down because of the FUD. The FUD is the fear, uncertainty, doubt. It is caused by FTX. Okay, after FTX exchange, still it is there, although people aren't trading that coin, making announcement of its loss $8.9 billion. This basically has caused the market to flatter as it is throughout this week. But according to my personal analysis, we have already seen a capitulation. I believe this could be capitulation. If all that happens, a capitulation, we mean that when the market, I don't know how I can put it in a simple. Okay, when the Bitcoin miners find difficulty in mining Bitcoin, one, because of high electricity charges, one. Two, the Bitcoin miners could find challenges with mining Bitcoin because of charges, lack of enough electricity, because of some of them are broke, they no longer have good funds. This could cause a capitulation. If it happens, and this is the capitulation of BTC, then I've seen BTC stand straight at around $22,000, $23,000. I believe we are going to have either the capitulation may not be yet ready. If the capitulation is not yet ready, but I see the miners are struggling, I pray the capitulation comes. When it comes, then it means we really touch the real bottom of BTC. Then from here, expect the market to start surging, market to start going up, and your trades will win. So I believe no trader should have emotions attached to trading. I'm not making money. I'm not making money. You must have the understanding that we are using a vehicle. Okay, I usually give an example that you take a taxi, right? Which country can I use? Okay, let me use Uganda because it will help me provide a clear understanding. You take a taxi from Masaka to Kampala. Okay. The taxi has no mechanical problem. Or you have a car, you're driving from Masaka to Kampala. The car has no mechanical problem. But the road is full of pit holes. Okay, the road is full of pit holes. And then someone asks when you reach late Kampala, Julius, what was the problem? It seems your car has a problem. Your car has a problem. Julius, you need to work on your car. Then you explain. car has no problem. The problem is the road. Okay. And that is Royalq versus the crypto market space. Royalq has no problem, but the road, which is the market, has pit holes. Okay. It has pit holes. And so the challenges most of you are facing with the market is not that Royalq, the car you are using to pass through the market, has the problem. No, the car has no problem, but the road has pit holes. Usually, when I teach people to build business network marketing, I tell them, look, my brother, you bought a taxi from Masaka, use the same example to Kampala. And as you are taking the taxi, you start calling passengers. Masaka, Kampala, Masaka, Kampala, Masaka, Kampala, Masaka, Kampala, come we go. Masaka, Kampala, Masaka, Kampala, Masaka, Kampala, Masaka, Kampala. Now, when you travel off, people get in the car. But not everybody that gets into the car is directly going to Kampala. Along the line, along the way going to Kampala, some people say, I stop in front there. You open the door, get out. Now, some of you still at floating loss. Some of you are floating loss. You are getting out of the car faster because of maybe the pit holes, or maybe you have reached your team. And I've seen so many people give up because some people have got out of the taxi faster. My friend, you are going to Kampala. If some people stop on the way before they reach Kampala, it's none of business. It's none of your business. When some people stop on the way, they say, me, I'm done. Me, I'm done. Too much floating loss. Me, I'm done. I'm done. I'm out of the road. I'm out of the taxi. I'm no longer continuing. It is okay. Leave them to get out of the taxi and they stop on the way. Your goal is to be a millionaire. And as you struggle, I think there are around five mistakes that people do in crypto space, and it's very hard for them to make it. One, and this affects some of the hodlers. Okay, for example, at first I thought when you hodl, you can be a millionaire. It's very hard to hodl and be a millionaire. Why? Because when you buy Shiba Inu, I'm about to start, I was just waiting for you guys to come in. When you buy Shiba Inu and you invest in, let me $500, and then Shiba Inu moves from makes 70% in profit, and you don't take off your profit. By the time you come back to check Shiba Inu, it has gone down, so you have lost 20%. That's why we use a robot to trade better, because we keep on taking little profits repeated, little profits repeated, little profits repeated. So the road we are using, which is the market, has issues. Now the market is down. Please cool down, be calm. After this simple run, I see BTC maintaining that range, $22,000 to $23,000. It's going to rise up and your trade will sell. I think I've explained that. I gave a live example. You see, some people can kill you in the chat. My robot is not selling anything. Since I started, robot, Julius, there is something to be done, my friend. The car has no problem. The road has issues, and the road is the market. You see, in Uganda, even if you have money and there is a road you want to make, the government tells you that road should not be constructed by anyone, even if you have money. Now, also, we do not control the market. Anything can happen. But the power and the ability and the potential to remain patient when the market is not good is what makes you a winner. Two, as I share my screen to go to signals and presets, this is not gambling. Okay? This is not gambling. Like someone could wake up like the weekend and say, I'm going to become a millionaire Because according to the past history of a certain team performing, I'm going to put in my money here and I win. My friend, it's not gamble, because when you gamble, you either lose or win. But here, you don't lose as long as you patient, market will return. Enough explanation about people killing me in my inbox with a floating loss. This become the market return. Now let's go to signals and resets. But before I got signals and reset last week, I want to paint the mission why we are here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, one of the reasons why we are here, it is called financial freedom. Julius, why are you doing Royalq? We are here for financial freedom. I have made a statement on one of my social media platforms today. I think Crypto Ambassador Facebook group, and I said, some people say, I don't mind as long as I'm alive. My friend, well, today, you cannot survive when you are poor. So the reason why we are here is financial freedom. And how are we going to achieve financial freedom? We are only going to achieve financial freedom if we have enough money to automate our trades. Let me make that statement here. We are only going to achieve financial freedom if we develop enough capital to automate the trades. The reason of the Royalq signals and resets is to allow you compound your profit, to allow you compound your money, is to allow you compound your results, all right? So that you can automate your trades, right? When you automate your trades, then you can think about financial freedom. Why, Julius? Like I'm going to show you in my slides that are coming. When you automate your trades, you don't have market direction. Whether the market is up, middle, center, sideways, you will always be making profit. The reason why most of you suffer is because you don't have enough capital, like me. Okay? We don't have enough capital to automate our trades. So it is important for you to accept that you are not doing well financially than to keep complaining. Okay? So understand we are here to help you set your trades so that you can automate your robot. All right, now let's go to Royalq signals and sets. Can I see some people with some notebooks? Can I see people who are going to take some notes? Can I see some people have some notebooks? Let me see people are having where to write. People have somewhere to write. Let me see. This is the reason why you need to have somewhere to write. Because when you don't have somewhere to write, all the time you are asking the same questions. You are always complaining, you don't have to write. So whenever we teach, it just flies in the air. Whatever we teach, it flies in the air, it flies in the air. But when you have somewhere to write, when you go back and check notes, you understand better. Okay? So have somewhere to write, ladies and gentlemen, so that after the call, you can go back and revise. Because this is dealing with money. This is money. This is not that after this call, you go and get a job. No, after the call, you go take action and make money. So here we are discussing only content issues. Somewhere to, okay, I said that my voice is not good, but bear with me because the weekend didn't move very well. Weekend was taken. We move on. We move on. We move on. Weekend, things were not okay, but move on. Okay, so I'm just getting my slides. I'm just getting my slide, and then we rock. It's just loading. Just loading. I'm just getting my slide ready. Just getting my slide ready. Then we move on. I don't know if it's network. I see it is taking more than expected time. All right. Loading, 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 loading. Loading. It's taking a lot of time. It's taking a lot of time, but I pray we win. Loading, loading, loading. Okay, let me find a better way. This is taking a lot of time. Just a minute, guys. All right, okay, okay. Why are my slides misbehaving? Ah, this is unfair. Uh, please bear with me. It's a non-controllable factor. All right. Okay. So we are here to talk about Royalq. Okay. Uh, we want to have a fully automated robot in the USDT market. We can have what we call the default settings. I'll talk about 4. We can have the default settings. These are the settings created by Royalq. Right? We have default settings. Beauty is that Royalq has lowered its default settings to now the first buying amount to $12. We're going to see that. And if we want to use the default settings of Royalq to automate our robots, I'll also give you my personal settings, but we're going to start with the default settings of Royalq. So if we want to have fully automated system using the Royalq default settings, we need to plan for around close to around a 42% drop. We needed to make sure that we use the dab wrap method. When I talk about dab wrap, it is when the robot buys the first time $15. When the market drops by any percentage, it starts doubling by 2, 4, 8, 16. This is doubling. We must allocate a sufficient capital. Then the robot will have very high chances for closing our trade. Okay. So we plan for 47.2% drop. Okay. We want that when the market drops by our margin configuration, we have the power and the ability to enjoy the trades because we are doubling whenever the market goes down. Okay. Now let's calculate. Before I continue, have we understood the first statement? Have we understood the first sharing? I'm a little bit fast. Have we understood? If you have understood the first sharing, give me one in the chat. Give me one in the chat. If you have the first sharing, because it was just an understanding, give me one in the chat. No big deal. Give me one in the chat if you have understood the first sharing. One in the chat. One in the chat. Just one. Just type one in the chat. We are 92 of us here, 93. We are over coming to 100. Make sure you participate because when you don't participate, there is something magical that happens. What is that? the information flies away. Even me, I don't know why. According to my personal research, anyone who doesn't type 1 in my training, by the time they get back to their Royalq, they see nimbus clouds. I don't know why, but I have tried to study people who don't type 1 in this group. They are suffering with their robots. Either if they don't see nimbus clouds, they have a lot of floating loss. Yes, I don't know, but God is also rewarding them. So make sure you don't become a culprit. Make sure you don't become a culprit. Yeah, sure. I've made study. Whenever I say type 2 and you don't type yet, you are on this Zoom. By the time you get back to your Royalq, what if you don't have a lot of, you check yourself. If you are here and you always don't type 1, you have a lot of floating loss. 2, you take long to make a profit. 3, you forget. May I tell you, you check yourself very well. I don't know why, but they suffer. Make sure you don't become a culprit. Yes, make sure you don't become a culprit. All right. Now let's go again. All right. Now, before we run through the signals and the presets, there is one important area that there are 3 factors that affect your personal results. The results you get in your application, they are affected by three things. 1, it's a non-controllable factor called the market. This is non-controllable factor, but we have a controllable factor. Another controllable factor is called giving the right settings, and another controllable factor is capital. Now, what I started with, I handled a non-controllable factor called the market. This I'm done. Now I'm handling a controllable factor called settings, right? Called settings, because with the right mindset of the market plus the right settings with good capital equals financial freedom. And so if you cannot be able to understand the trade settings, it is very hard for you to basically provide the right things. Okay. Royalq comes to have its first buying amount to $12, but I'll keep my sharing $15 as the first buying amount. What does first buying amount mean? I'm just running through very shortly. If I have $1,000, I don't want to invest all my $1,000 in the market. So what do? I start with $15 as my first buying amount, so that when the market goes down, my robot can use the remaining money to help me trade better. We have another icon called open position double. This means that whenever the robot gets into the market, it doubles whatever it buys. We have another area called the margin call limit. These are number of times we want our robot to buy. Then we have whole position take profit. This means that when the market, you enter from here, the market rises by how much? By 1.3. As it tries to go down by 0.3, the robot should sell and your profit will be 1%. Next, we have margin configuration. This is how we set up. These 7 times that the robot will buy. We have the buy-in callback. This means that if we set our robot to buy when the market drops, let me say by 3%, the robot will not buy unless the market rises, by 0.5. So even if the market drops by 10% and the market doesn't rise by 0.5, the robot will not buy. That's what we mean by the buy-in callback. Okay, let's go to the distributed take profit allocation before I go to the margin configuration. The distributed take profit allocation. From margin call number 1 to margin call number 4, from margin call drop number 1 to margin call drop number 4, Whatever the robot buys, the robot sells it at once, and we call this martingale. We call this martingale. Martingale means we buy at different prices and sell all at once. We buy at different prices and sell all at once. That is martingale. So the whole position take profit, this one, only works from margin call number 1 to margin call number 4. From margin call number 5 to margin call 999, these use the distributed take profit allocation. Then we have an icon we call cycle. Cycle means the robot buys and sells and buys and sells and buys and sells and buys and sells. It is a continuous process. Then one shot means the robot buys. When the market rises, buy your take profit, the robot sells. All right, I'm done with this part. If you have been able to follow, give me a 2 in the chat. If you have been able to follow, give me a 2 in the chat. I want to go to my next. If you have been able to follow, give me a 2 in the chat. Give me a 2 in the chat. If you have been able to follow, if you have been able to follow, if you have been able to follow, give me a 2 in the chat. Now, there is also another big problem. There's also another big problem. This big problem is called multitasking. It is called multitasking. One day I was still working at a certain referral hospital. I was working at a regional referral hospital in my area, and someone was brought in the emergency area, emergency ward at night. By that time, I was a little dozing on duty. That is one of the reasons that I left my area. I was dozing, but on duty was very tired. And I was working emergency. You don't need to sleep. You needed to be there as an emergency caretaker. Now they brought the patient. Now, this patient was suffering from a popcorn. Popcorn had gone to a little bit near the trachea. And I asked after reading the popcorn, I asked the patient because it was fine. How did the popcorn reach the head? The patient answered me, I was doing as I was drinking. Now, this is how some of you come on this Zoom. You must ask it. It should be one thing at a time. When you are eating, eat first, then drink. When you are drinking, drink first, then eat. But some of you are here, you are eating, you are drinking at the same time. By the time I ask, have you as a student been following? You just open your eyes, the screen, you did not say anything because you are multitasking. So one thing at a time. Or else you miss out on me. I'm done. So make sure you aren't multitasking. You see, the patient was about to die because he was taking popcorn and tea at the same time. Now, let's continue. So make sure you are not multitasking. So I'm going to share my screen, and now I'll go to the next screen. I'll go to the next screen. I'm running a little bit fast because of time. Because of the time. So we have recording. So if you don't get it, then you... Now, on this screen that you already see on your Royalq, an area that brings you to the margin configuration, and it is here. It is called margin configuration. So when you tap on that arrow here, it will show you a screen that like this. Now, on this area of margin configuration, we basically have two areas. We have what we call the margin call drop. The margin call drop stands for this purpose. When the market, from your entry, if the market drops, for example, by 3.5, the robot would prepare to buy. I've not said the robot will buy. The robot would prepare to buy when the market rises by the buying callback. So the buying callback here is 0.5. So the market drops by 3.5. The robot will only buy if the market goes up by 0.5, which means that is when the robot will invest in this money. Now, we have the multiple buying ratio. The multiple buying ratio, these are times the robot wants to buy in times the buying amount. For example, our first buying amount was 15. So this will be 2 times 15. The market, that one, the robot buys it. If the market rises, when the robot has dropped by 3.5 and the market rises by 1.3, the robot will sell this only. If the market doesn't rise and the market drops again by 4% from the previous purchase, what will the robot do? The robot will wait for the market drop by 4%, wait for the buy-in callback, which is 0.5, and that is when the robot will now buy 4 times 15. If the market rises, when the robot has bought this, now the robot will sell whatever it bought at 2 and at 1 at the same time. Are we together? Have we understood that? Because that makes explain much more. Have I understood that? Understood that? You can give me a yes in the chat. You can give me a yes in that. You can give me a yes in the chat. The one slide unexplained. You are lying. You left the I explained all my slides. Okay. There are those that don't understand. I'll explain. There are those. I have not left any slide unless I've come late. I explained the other one first, then I came on this one. If you come late, I'm sorry. Hey, this is serious. All right, let's get in. Let's get in. Let's get in. Okay. Now, when the robot buys the first call, the robot buys the second call, the robot buys the third call, the robot buys the fourth call, whatever it has bought in the first 4 calls here, it sells all at once. Now, we said that these are default settings. When we add the margin call drops from the 7th call, these are default settings. From the 7th call, when we add the margin call drops from the 7th call, anybody who adds with me, please let's add this together so that you can understand. So we start from maybe the 7th call at the bottom, which is 12 plus 10 plus 8 plus 5.2 plus 4.5 plus 4 plus 3.5. That is where we add this plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this. What do you get? What do you get? This is when the market drops. What do you get? Let me see. Let me see. What do you get? Who has got the answer? Who has got the answer? No one? No one has got the answer? Thank you so much, Mr. Kasumba. He says 47.2. Beautiful. You're very right, sir. Right, we move. So when we add all this, it means that from the current price of the coin, for example, if you are trading Bitcoin, let us go to Royalq. This is what this means. Okay, let me use Bitcoin. From the current price of Bitcoin, if you join now, it is 22,400. So I'll go to my calculator. This is what this means. Depending from your current price, you have joined the market. 22,409 minus 47.2%. It means that this coin will keep trading until it reaches this price. It will be buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. These are default settings of Royalq, especially at the margin configuration. Now, this is setting to the performance of the market. Now, let's go to capital, okay? How much capital does this take in default settings? I will show you the other side also. 128, okay, we add 128, okay, plus 64, okay, plus 32, okay, plus 16, okay, plus 8, okay, plus 4, okay, plus 2. What do you get? Let me see. Anybody? Anybody with an answer in the chat? Anybody with the 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 answer in the chat? Anybody in the answer with the chat? Anybody with the answer in the chat? Anybody following? 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 Okay, I see some answers in the chat. But anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Now, now there is another issue here. Now the issue is this: people have attended these meetings, but they know where you will end. Now they don't focus on what you're asking now. They say, when you add up, that will be the answer. So they give you. Right. Thank you so much, Richard Atua. Richard, you get your answer correct. 254. 154. This is what Richard did and did the right thing. All right. Let's go there. We were adding this plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this, which is 254. Now, because the robot started with $15, it is 254 plus 1, which is 255. So the total here is 255. Now, this 255, we are going to apply it by an amount, which is $15. Which is basically 3,825. 3,825. If you trade all the 72 coins in Royalq in Binance specifically times 72, you basically need 275,000 $400. If you trade half of the 72, which is 36 times the $3,825, you need around 13,000. You need around 13,000. You can automate robot and be able to go to Maldives, find a coconut tree, enjoy coconut juice. Now, those are default set of Royalq. Those are default settings of Royalq. I want to take you to my personal settings. Now I want to take you to my personal settings, right? And my personal settings, drastically, I'm going to be moving at a terrific speed because I basically now have 48 minutes. So I'm sorry, I'm going to move at a very terrific speed. Now, the default settings I'm going to show you, my personal settings I'm going to show you, they basically target the people that are in the challenge. These settings are for people that are in the 300x challenge. That at the end of the challenge, I expect you to have a minimum of $100,000. Then you can use these settings to help you automate your robot and make a minimum of between $200 to $1,000 on a daily basis, whether Bitcoin enters the soil or it goes sideways or upwards or middle, whatever direction the market takes. Settings will work for you. If you have this money, please stop dying with the signals. Stop waiting for signals. I want to show you settings that have the power to give you between $200 to $1,000 on a daily basis without you doing anything. You see, when you're teaching, these people say, you are lying. To make money, you must work hard. You work hard because you don't have money. But if you have money, money works hard for you. You see, one day I went to speak to one of my relatives. I think it was funeral right of one of our grandies, and spoke to one of my relatives, and I said, Papa, the world is becoming digital. This guy has a school somewhere. And I told him, you know that you can make money in a simple way. As we are here, it is true, both of us are crying, but I'm making some money. I didn't know that I had tapped in fire. He called all of the elders. They sat me in the middle. We need to speak to this young man. We need to speak to this younger man. They started. Long ago, we understand to make a money has to work hard. We are losing you. You're getting money. Then I kept quiet. They made all their noise. They made all their comments. I kept quiet. Now, it came to time of looking money for finishing some requirements. I went to my business. I withdrew 1 million Uganda shillings. In a few seconds, I transferred it to his mobile phone. Then they said, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we have received 1 million from the younger man. Hey, I'm sorry, my son, I'm sorry. I didn't know that what you are saying and do such things. Friend, you make money and shut people's mouth. So when people make a noise for you, use action. Now you have your money. This setting I'm going to show you, I have a power. I may have seen things that can help you. Okay, let's go. I'll straight away run to my Royalq. Okay, then let's go to my strategy setting. Okay, all right. Here are the settings. I'm going to open them up for you. And I'll tell you how much capital you need. All right. The first buying amount is 15. You can, by the way, even use $12 for the default settings, but you'll be making little profit. These are the default settings. The first buying amount is 15. Our margin call limit is 100. Our take profit is 1.3. And if you look at it, you look at it very well. Our take profit is 1.3, but our back 1.3, but our callback is 0.01, which means your take profit is 1.29. If we subtract this a balance 1.29. So it means if you coin, the market rises by 1.3 and tries to go by 0.01, you'll be able to make 129 profit. Let's go. In callback 0.01. Why 0.01? We want our robot to buy faster. Our sub position take profit is 0.1. Why? Because our take profit is 1.3 in the sub distributed take profit allocation. And when we subtract 0.1, which is 1.3 minus 0.1, we shall get 1.2. Okay, you can, the reason why it is this is because we basically want our robot to delay a little bit to sell so that it can give us more than 1.3%, all right? That's the goal here. But here we want our robot to sell faster because we make more money in more margin calls. Here I want it to sell faster because this one works from margin call number 1 to margin call number 4, but this part works from margin call number 5 to margin call 100 to the last margin call. Then our trade strategy is a cycle. If you have understood this first part, give me a 1 in the chat. Then I want to take you to the margin configuration. Hey, I want to take you to the margin configuration. Give me 1 in the chat or take a screenshot. You may not understand, but you can take a screenshot. You can take a screenshot. You can take a screenshot. If you want to automate your trade, this is so sweet, tested, proven. It was even taken in the laboratory. It was taken in the laboratory. That one, it taken in the laboratory. When I said it was taken in the laboratory, it was tested and it has results. Now he's asking me which research institute. Money Making Research Institute. Where is it located? When you have enough capital. Oh no, now money when you share, you feel like cutting off your neck. My friend, I'm not a problem. I did not initiate poverty. Even me, I own it here. So don't get annoyed. People ask me, why do you work hard? I work hard because I don't want my children to be told that they're not the ones who brought poverty. I'm not the problem. Hey, I'm not the problem. Sometimes, by the way, sometimes I ask myself, one of the reasons why I need to work hard is because there are such opportunities that came when my parents were around. They had nothing to do. Like me, they opened their eyes, they had nothing to do. And they missed out on those opportunities. But now there is a chance for me and you to change life. Hey, change life. Please don't get annoyed. That was, by the way, to take it serious. Okay, let's get to the things again so that we can get to the last part of the day. Let's go to margin configuration. Now we are buying one time. We are basically buying one time, because we are not to double or to move the average price closer to the current price. We are here To trade forever, we are here to set our robot and allow our robot to keep buying. So from margin call number 1 to margin call 90, it is 0.5. From margin call number 1 to margin call 90, 0.5 one time. So let's go to this calculator so that you can see. So 0.5 times 90, it is 45%. So if you join from there, it is 45. Then it is 9 times 15. It is $1,350. 45%. Here we are looking at if the worst goes to the worst, but we are not doing only 45. We are doing more. Then from margin call 91, it is 4. That is 6 is 10. That is 8, which 18. Then this is 20. So which is 38. So basically, this is around 83% deep. 83% deep. This margin configuration can help you move through this year until the next bull run without you getting worried. 83% deep. We are doing 83% deep. So 22400, if that is the price of Bitcoin, times minus 83% until BTC maybe gets at this price. And you trade all coins, you'll go and sleep like a baby. You don't need to analyze the market. You don't need to analyze the market. You don't need to learn about it. Set your robot, each coin minimum $1,000. If you can trade 36 coins, bingo. If you can trade 72, bingo. Minimum $1,000 per trade. But the whole setting, they stand for $1,500. If you have that money, there is no reason of you sweating for money. If I was like a Mr. Robert, I would just make some good coffee and then go on the beaches of Dubai and enjoy as others are suffering. But if Mr. Robert is like me and you don't have enough capital, sir, I see you enjoying. Yes, but now you need more capital so that you enjoy better, right? Okay. Now, basically, that is automating your bot. Now, if you are here, you don't have enough capital. Now, this is where people get away. 1, you must be willing to be patient with the market. 2, use signals. 3, you set your signal well. That's where I'm going in the next 25 minutes. Are we ready? Are we ready? Let me see. Are we ready? Type a 2 in the chat if you are ready to run. Type a 2 in the chat. Type a 2 in the chat if you are ready. We are done with automating the robot. Type a 2 in the chat if you are ready to set your signals well. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, fantastic, incredible. All right. Good to go. Good to go. Good to go. Good to go. There's a question before I continue. There's a question. There's a question. There's a question. I saw a certain question. I saw a question saying, just a minute, guys. Now, can you trade one coin with that strategy and end up without floating loss? Hey, if you use that strategy, and go and trade one coin, you suffer. Automating a trade works when you can trade more than 30 coins. Why? Because if one coin will be doing badly, around 5 coins will be doing well. You will be floating loss. There's no way you can thrive. But if you trade more coins, be making more money. You cannot push that strategy for one coin. It will not work for you. So let's go. But around 5 to 15 coins, 5 to 15, I think you are good to, which is close to 6,000, around 6,000 to $10,000. You can be good to 6,000 to $10,000. You can be good to go. All right, let's go to this stage now. I'm going to run fast because I basically now have another Zoom. All right. So if capital is not sufficient, full automation, trade with care, trade with caution, make sure you protect your capital. All right. Where can you get knowledge to learn how to do this? How you can learn about market trends. What is floating loss? What is floating loss? Market trends. What else? How to use Trading View. I do Trading View classes every day, Monday to Friday, 7:30 a.m. 7:30 a.m. But I've also recorded videos. I've recorded, I think, 8 videos. I'll request my leaders to drop me all those 2 videos. Drop me the one that we did with Mr. Robert, and also drop me the one that I did. Drop them for me in the chat. Someone could drop them for me on the Telegram. Someone could drop for me all those sets of videos to all groups that we operate. Thank you so much. Let me see if I could have some leaders here to do that for me. I could make some shout outs to some leaders. Me video out. Yes, Mr. Bukad. Doris Ayo. Okay. Please drop me videos. Okay. Mr. Emmanuel Egrube from Nigeria in Dubai. Drop me for that videos. Okay. Holy Crypto Empire, drop me some videos. Papa Israel, these are people been in some in business for some time. Mr. Mobilu Spirito is on the call. Please drop those different videos. Okay, I see Leader OBM is here. He could still drop those different videos. I see Leader Pressure is here. Please, let's make. Okay, Mama Sheila from Zimbabwe. Yes, drop for more videos. Right, and who can, please feel free to share those videos, the 7 videos on how to use Trading View, and also the videos we did with Robert. That's them. Okay, all right. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So you watch those 2, the following will happen, and you're a good trader too. You'll understand how to use your robot. Okay, that one I'm done. All right. Okay, now let's go to the signal. Before I go to the signal, having given you my strategy of automating the robot, don't use that strategy with little capital. It will not work for you. That's why we came up with a 3% 300x challenge. This challenge is that apart from the signals people got before the FTX FUD, the FTX FUD that talked about $8.9 billion that were lost, that caused the market down. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, the 3% 300x challenge or strategy is basically to have 300 successful trades. It is not 300 days, it is 300 successful trades. You get 300 successful trades, and each trade, you are taking 3%. That's how you win. Then apart taking 3%, you also make sure you compound your money. You make sure you increase your first buying amount. For example, if my first buying amount is $15 and I take 3%, it means I'll make 0.045. Even if I have more capital and I make more profit, I will maintain the first buying amount. I'm not saying that if you make $15, that your next first buying amount will be 30. No, you maintain the first buying amount. All right. So it means my next first buying amount will be 10.45. So if I set robot again and my robot sells, it is 3% of this with 0.465. So plus 15.5. This will be my first buying amount. So so far, I am my third trade. So if the robot sells and I make more profit, I'll still do 3% of, which is 0.47. So this plus 15.91. That is how you keep on changing your first buying amount. That is how you keep on changing your first buying amount. If you say that your first buying amount is $30, it is 3% of $30, which is 0.9, which means my next first buying amount will be 30.9. So if that coin sells, I'll still do 3% of my first buying amount, which is 0.92. So 0.92, this one, if I add on 30.9, that will be okay. No, let me repeat. 30, I take 3%, I'll get that. Then that plus 30, so it means I will plus 30, that will be 30.9. Now 30.9 times 3%, I'll get 0.92. 0.92 plus 30.9, I get 31.8. So that's how I keep on creating my first buying amount, my first buying amount, my first buying amount, my first buying amount. That is how you compound. Before I go to the calculator, have we understood how we compound? Have we understood how we compound? Give me a 3 chart if you have understood how the compound comes up. Before I go to the calculator, give me a 3. Give me a 3 in the chat. Let me know if you understood how the compound comes about. How the compound. So that's how you compound. Make sure you don't just add your profit to your capital. Why? Because at the end of the days, you're going to have less money to cater for the margin call. Right? Now let me go to those that want the calculator. Okay, you come to your Play Store. Come to the Play Store, especially those who have Android phones, and download Compound Interest Calculator. There are so many, but when I was doing my research with the help of Mr. Mbiru Spirito, thank you so much, sir, we found out this calculator. And when you open it, you just come and put your first buying amount here. For example, if you have less than $500, your first buying amount can never exceed $15. Never. If you have less than 15, 3%, 300 times. This will be your target. Now, why do I talk about $500? I want my statement. Find a certain amount of money that you do not need to use for at least a year. Let me camera. Find an amount of money that you do not need to use for at least 1 year for the challenge. Don't bring landlord money for the challenge. I think one of the ones we suffer, people we bring, some people don't tell them, okay, yes, I can bring the business, but I want to introduce you to the challenge. Me, I tell my people, if you can only afford $15, it is okay. If you can afford $15, it's okay. Don't bring landlord money. You see, last week, someone brought $1,000 for school fees of his children. And he traded a coin from the group. Then he FTX news them. Then I was seated there. I saw a call, someone calling me from a country I don't understand. Hey, I picked. Hello, sir. Why me? Why? I say, why you what? You see, I picked a coin from a group. All coins in floating loss. School fees for my children. My brother, what can I do? And I said I'm losing much. No. I want to delete the ad, sir. Can you put down? What's the problem? You see. I brought school fees. Please don't bring school fees. 2 weeks ago, someone in Nigeria went and, I don't know whether Nigeria or where, but was speaking like a Nigerian, borrowed the money. He borrowed the money and he brought money in trading. I was there. I saw a call. You know, when someone calls me direct, I get scared. I hope someone could call me on WhatsApp. I saw a call. Hello, sir. How are you? Can you get online now? It was midnight. I said, okay, let me come online. It was past midnight. I was even dozing. Then I came online. So what's the problem? My money. I need it. I said, sir, you didn't send money to me. It is in your wallet. Then we went in his Binance. You see, I started with 1,000. Now it is 800. My landlord needs this tomorrow morning. My money is reducing. I will kill it. Man was very tough. The good thing, he doesn't know where I stay, but if he was in Uganda and was my neighbor, I think my neck was off. Yet I'm not the one who brought him in Royalq. Please, find the money you don't need to use for at least 1 year for the challenge. Because we do not control the market. We do not control the market. That's why I say, if you can afford $15, start with 15. If you can afford $15, that's what you have. Start with that. Don't go and borrow because you want to become a millionaire next morning. It is not easy. Things should be done that, okay, let me come back on the calculator. Now, if you have less than $500, don't trade more than one coin. I'm also going to come back on camera. Now, I know in the group, there might be someone who might have $500 to trade coins. Don't walk out there. Only the hard person. You know, with trading, you might trade 3 coins and you are winning. First coin, second coin, third coin, fourth coin, fifth coin, and you are everywhere. Me, I'm on profit. But one day, when the market against all your money, the money rots. So if you have less than $500, I advise you, do not trade more than one coin. Don't use the result of some people. You know, someone was having less than $500, $100, was trading 2 coins and was making noise everywhere. Hey, I'm doing it with $100. I said, okay, the day is coming. Now, 2 days ago, he called me and said, sir, you're right. He's at negative, I don't know, negative what? All his money is stuck. If you have less than $500, do not start with more than $15 as your first buying amount. I'm not speaking bad spirit, but I have been here since BTC was at $57,000 until it went to 15,000. I have been here. I've seen floating loss of 80%, 75%, 90% floating loss. If you think I'm lying, you test the waters. You will get plasma out of your skin. Please, if you have less than $15, don't trade. Don't trade. I repeat, don't trade more than one coin. You will not like it. Don't compare results. By chance, you can get with $100 and you make money. It doesn't mean that you are skilled. You ask those people who post those things to show you their first buying amount. I'm done. Now, $500, this should be buying amount. If you want to go in for 30 as your first buying amount, make sure, because for you are doubling, make sure you at least have $1,000. All, you can do that, and your target is this, is 200. If you go in for 50, the more you increase the first buying amount, the more money you should have. If you don't have money, start with $50 first buying. I hope we are done with learning how to use this calculator. This calculator will always give you your next first buying amount, 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 your next. I'm done. Now, how to set the signal? I finished how to pound. Now, how to set the signal? How to set signal? That's the language I want to speak. Nice question here. How to set a signal? 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 Okay. Once a signal is dropped, for example, this signal, it has the name of the coin, a preset price, 3% take profit, callback, and this. So what do? You come to your Royalq. Come to your Royalq. Everybody, you should go to your Royalq. Go to your Royalq and set up a strategy. Let me delete this one. And set up your strategy. Go to Royalq and set up your strategy. So you tap on plus, depending on the money you are using. You set up strategy once. First buying amount will be 15. The margin call, they are 4. The take profit is 3.01. I have 8 minutes. This one will be 0.01. This one will be 0.3. It's a one shot. This is the first page. You can take a screenshot. This is the first page. Now, even if someone gives a drop of 3%, for security purpose, keep your drop 5%. This is 0.5. This is 0.5, 1.5, and this is 2.5. If we add this, we add this, we shall get 5%. So if you have $500, you can use the double up to 4,816. It will be $465. If you don't have $500, use the Fibonacci 3, 5, 8. This means you have around $285. If you cannot afford this, then use the +1, which means that you'll have around $225. If you don't afford this, use the simple +1, 2, 3, 4, which means you'll have around, I think, $165. But this remains as it is. So you can keep on changing your first buying amount depending on your capital. So you need to set it first. Now, if you have $50, for you don't quarrel, set margin call. For you, if the drop is 10%, come here, put 3% and put here, which means it will be time 15. Now I understand which 30 plus the $15 you had is $45, and you'll to go. If you have $100, set 2 calls. There's a drop of 3%, 1.5 here, 1.5 here. Then a 2, or put a. What does it mean? It's 30, 60, which is 90. Now 90 plus 10 is 100, it is for someone to have 105, and that's how you set your call. Now you have created. I have created the signal. You don't plasma. You just come here and you say which coin, YFI. You tap on it. When you tap on it, it opens here. This coin is going to do well. Yeah, this is a good trade. It will do well. You just come here, tap on create. You choose martingale. You tap on create. I have 4 minutes. Create. Choose martingale. Create again. Then tap on this. Then put in the preset price. You see, this coin has a preset price. For example, 0. What? You come and this area where it is first preset price, you put in the preset price, this one. Let me say, for example, 1,000. You confirm. Then after confirming, you just tap on trade setting. When you tap on trade setting, there is this pencil up here. Tap on it. Then tap on choose strategy. Your strategy is already here. Tap on it. Then after tapping on it, you save. Tap on save. Confirm. Then you start the trade. When you tap on start on the trade, you see it is saying insufficient balance. So you start on trade and you are good to go. Hey. I'm sorry, I have minutes to go for another Zoom. Why do I work hard? I fear party. Even I smell where it is, I want to run away. So I need to share with as many people as possible. So if you don't get it, you need to watch this video again. This video has been posted on a YouTube channel called Crypto Ambassadors. There you go. It is there. I'm going to copy, and after this call, it is in my finger. I'm going to paste it on where I can. Then it will reach where you are. Watch it again and make right decisions. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining. I wish you all the best. Till we catch up tomorrow or in the next subsequent Zooms. God bless you and have a perfect, fantastic, incredible week. Thank you, everybody. Love you all. Bye.